So welcome back to the channel, and today we've got another subscriber fitting. We've got Alex down, 10 handicapper, 4 an iron fit. But before we jump in, please make sure you go down, hit that subscribe button, because we do have a giveaway coming. I promised a 5K subscriber giveaway. I know we're now over 6,000, so sorry for that. We are waiting for the release of the brand new 2024 drivers. So that might give you a hint as to what we are giving away. So make sure you subscribe and stay tuned for that. So when we are talking irons, we're talking about balance, we're talking about consistency, we're talking about increasing control, and we're talking about reducing the miss. Everything you want when we get into Alex's level of the game. 10 handicapper, looking to really fine tune and improve and move into those single figures. So that is exactly what we're going to be looking at today. So I hope you enjoy the video. Let's jump in. So yeah, you said it's supposed to be 30 and it's 29.6, pretty good, and 62 lie, so pretty standard.
Yep.
Cool. So that one right there might be considered the sort of miss.
Yeah, that's like push.
Like push, yeah.
It's not so much that the path is wrong, it's just that I've not closed it.
Absolutely correct. Yeah, path's great, face just a little bit open. Tell you what, man, I'm just going to put a green out there as well. Let's put a green out there at 160. Cool.
Yep. It's a duplicate for you.
Consistent with the slight right.
It's the same again.
Okay. And that's something that you typically would struggle with on course, that slightly right miss?
Yeah, and I think that's probably the one that gets the most sort of hurt by the wind as well.
Yeah, okay.
And there's the fix.
Sort of correction, yeah. Sounded solid though. Certainly jumped a wee bit. That's quite out there. The difference between open face and closed face is just absolutely astronomical, isn't it?
Yes.
But again, your path isn't really causing too many issues.
No, it's just when I
All face control.
push that right hand.
Yeah. And again, the delivery apart from that, it's really not bad. You know, hitting down on it, 3 to sort of average, 4 degrees. Path pretty neutral on average. Toe we are seeing a little bit down, which again, certainly from a miss perspective and a strike perspective.
Yep.
Could definitely do with maybe going a little bit upright if we're consistently missing right.
Sure.
So that'd be good. Okay, and we'll take a little look at average numbers in a minute. Let's get a couple more. How did that one feel?
That was very solid, to be fair. That was just...
So it looked like it came out quite sort of forwards, didn't it?
Like, yeah.
Yeah, that was very forward, wasn't it? It was a tiny bit low in the head, but it wasn't bad.
Mm-hmm.
It always looks really bad on here, but actually we want it kind of 8 to 10 mil low is really good. So 13 mil, tiny bit too low, but it's not nowhere near as bad as that looks.
Yep.
17 launch, 4-3 backspin. So actually when you do get the face squared to slightly closed with this, it does come out quite low launch, low spin.
Mm-hmm.
Now that is certainly interesting and something to consider. Straightest one so far, mate. How did that strike feel?
It's very solid. Slightly lost balance, but got through it.
Yeah, so 19.2 launch, 43-49 backspin. It's just too low backspin.
Sure.
Like, so, yeah, peak height 86, descent 44. Definitely something with irons that I always like to see is consistently that descent angle be above 45. Mm-hmm. Anything I like to err on the higher side, especially with someone like yourself. You've got a reasonable amount of speed. You know, you're swinging at low to mid 80s, I'd say. Probably getting towards mid 80s if you were a bit looser.
Yeah.
So you've got a reasonable amount of speed. Average carry 158, like you said, good ones around the 160 mark. That one carried 162. I like to err on that higher side of probably 46 to 47 descent on a good one. That for me gives then scope for the longer irons to still fly reasonably high, get a decent amount of stopping power and land angle coming into the greens.
Sure.
So I think getting a setup where it's easier to get the face consistently square, to hopefully take that miss out as much as possible, and then get something like when we're consistently hitting that shot, the numbers are good. Maybe we get a little bit more spin, a little bit more height, a little bit more control, a bit stopping power coming into the greens.
Cool.
Well, it'd be really interesting to see what you think about that, because again,
Yeah.
it's a small, reasonably small kind of profile,
Yep.
smallish top line, the Titleist T150. Actually, like the design of it, sort of almost half hollow head, dual tungsten weights in the sole, a little bit of an undercut design. Actually, for the way it looks, super forgiving.
Sure.
And again, that sort of middle ground of not your player's distance at 30 and you're not your really traditional 34,
Yep.
sitting right in the middle at 32. 2 degrees upright, AMT black, stiff shaft, so not too dissimilar shaft-wise to what you've got at the moment.
Yep.
Just more head and lie angle change.
Sure.
A little bit skinny.
Yeah.
Good bad one though. Thin but straight is a great miss. How did that one feel?
Wasn't the best
Wasn't
swing.
the best, yeah. Okay.
Bit toey.
Pretty toey, yeah. Great delivery though, super neutral. That one sounded pretty nice.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, still 160 carry. Okay. Bit more spin, but still not. So better instantly, 93 feet, 46 descent. Better, but still wouldn't mind a little bit more. Does the weight of that initially feel pretty similar to what you've got?
Yeah, very much. Yeah, I've not having to kind of think about timing it or anything.
Okay. Sounded lovely, mate.
Yeah.
Nice. Interested to have a look at that one. Okay, definitely better. So good strike, right in between the red line and the bottom, exactly where we want to see it. Efficiency 134, which is great for a 7-iron, perfect. Good delivery, 21 launch, so we see the launch come up a little bit. Backspin 5.3, so seeing that come up a little bit, which is what we want. And then from a ball flight perspective, 99 feet in the air, 47.6 descent, which is perfect. Love to see those numbers. Absolutely love that. Sort of 95 to 100 peak height, 47 descent. That is perfect in my opinion.
Super.
So as I kind of thought, I would be moving into that middle range, away from the player's distance irons into, I don't even know what you'd call that, in between, right? So
Sure.
you've got your 32 and 33 degree irons. So you've got your T150, you've got your Mizuno 223, P770, Apex Pro, all those kind of things. So we'll have a hit with those heads as well.
Cool.
The brand new Apex Pro, I mean, looking down at that compared to the 150, what do you think?
I think it's largely the same. It looks like it's got a fraction more offset.
Yeah,
Which,
definitely a little bit of a bigger top line, a little bit
Yeah.
more offset. Full hollow body construction now compared to sort of like half hollow body construction. Still 2 up, moving into Project X IO 6.0, 110. So a little bit heavier, a little bit stiffer
sure.
in the shaft. So it'd be interesting to see how that feels to you and how we're timing that.
Okay.
Yeah, don't hate that at all. Nice. Yeah, really good. Love that. Perfect strike. Again, launch and spin, fairly similar to the T150, wasn't it? Straight off the bat. 21 launch, 53 spin, 96 peak, 47 descent. Lovely ball flight. Really good. 157 carry. I won't be upset with that.
No, it's nice.
Again, good strike. Spin rate up there again, 56, nice.
It's very thin.
Bit of a miss hit, but again, I mean, it's not bad, is it?
No, it's carried much further than I thought.
Again, strike-wise, I know that that one was obviously a little bit low.
Yeah.
First one was great. I mean, it doesn't look like there's a big difference there, but it will obviously feel a big difference. Yeah. Definitely more centered strike pattern, which is really good. Yeah, nice, mate. Really good. This one seems to be clicking, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think it's just that fraction heavier.
Yeah.
Means I probably can just feel it kind of drop, and in terms of like almost just not being quite so aggressive tempo-wise.
So that almost feels like just a better weight to swing.
Yes.
Nice. Okay, good. Sounded good, mate. Did the strike feel good on that one?
Yeah, I know I've kind of slightly hooded it, but I mean, not by much.
Again, the good thing with that is, I mean, yes, it was a little bit of a pull, but it's only ended up, so carry-wise, very similar. It's not like it's gone long left.
Yep.
I mean, it's not really going to hurt you.
No.
Whereas those ones with yours really jumped. I mean, okay, we're always going to expect a little bit of long left to short right, a little bit of that horizontal, but that really, I mean, that's only a few yards. That is not going to kill you at all.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I say, with yours, all of a sudden you'd get jumpers like 173 carry, where the spin really drops, and obviously the ball speed jumps a lot, and that's where you get. I mean, in this environment, there's no water, there's no dirt, there's no rough. I mean, if you get that out on course, and that spin's probably going to drop to 3,500 or less,
yeah,
that's absolutely gone, and that's what's going to kill you.
Yep.
Again, really nice. A little bit toey.
Mm-hmm.
Again, really, I mean, that is a bit of a miss hit, right? Realistically, launch and spin, still very good. And what did we lose? 150 carry, so we probably lost 5 or so yards. I mean, the very best run we've had with that was 157 carry, arguably averaging more 155. So realistically, for a bit of a toe strike, you drop 5 yards. So that for a more like unforgiving club, it's pretty good, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
So if you had to pick straight off the bat between the T150 and the Apex Pro, purely on a head perspective, you go Apex Pro?
I think on the head, I'd go for the T150s, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that purely just looks a bit neater, or?
Possibly, yeah. I suppose taking away the offset, I quite like seeing. I don't know why.
So you don't like the offset of that?
It's less preferable, but I think it probably is necessary, which is probably why we've seen it better.
The group in there definitely slightly more left-sided, wasn't it? One kind of bad swing, but definitely more left-sided. So we averaged 3.9 left with the T150. We averaged 0.5 right. I mean, again, there's probably one that's a bit right with the T150s. From a head perspective, I'm not going to expect this to perform crazy different to the Apex Pro. To be honest, I'm not going to expect any of these to perform crazy different. I'm giving you different options that realistically are going to perform pretty much the same.
Yep.
Because I'm very happy with the performance that we got out of those heads on good shots. So Taylormade P770, again, hollow body construction, 33 degrees, jumping up Modus 120 stiff, so a little bit heavier again to see how that feels.
Sure.
Not the stiffest of stiff shafts, but definitely compared to what you're playing, heavier and stiffer. It's better. Yep, nice. Spin jumped on that one. Again, strike sounded nice.
Yeah, it sounds a bit more explosive.
Yeah, the last 2 strikes have been great. Just struggling to get the face square a little bit more, maybe jumping into that slightly heavier shaft. I mean, look how much that spin jumps straight away from obviously having a more lofted head to begin with and then leaving the face a little bit open, which again adds a bit more loft. So really jumps on the spin on that one.
Thin.
Yeah, interesting.
Again.
Interesting. Okay, definitely not clicking anywhere near as much straight off the bat as the Apex Pro did, is it?
No, not close.
Okay. Yeah, let me just have a little shaft change out. To be honest, I do find it in fitting sometimes, even though the theory would say the 770 and the Apex Pro aren't necessarily that different in terms of loft, in terms of head design. Sometimes people just click better with different heads.
Yeah.
You know, it could be the 770, could try loads of shafts and it just doesn't click. But the good thing is when you come somewhere like this and you've got all the options, then you just go with what works best. The sticking 770, that shaft was not clicking, so jumping into something a little bit lighter, the Dynamic Gold 105 stiff. It's better, mate.
Yeah.
A little thin. Do you say going from the modus into that, you can feel the weight difference when you're swinging it?
Yes,
or?
I can definitely feel this is much lighter.
Yeah.
In comparative terms.
And does that feel like preferable to you? Does it feel? Do you think modus was a bit heavy, or?
Yeah, the other one was too heavy, almost to the point where I think I was just almost kind of casting it out.
Okay. Yeah. Better. Nice looking ball flight.
Yep.
Yeah, really good. Yeah, 22.54. 101.48. Nice, really good.
No.
Yeah. I think with that one, even with the slightly heavier and slightly lighter shaft, for some reason, that head is just not clicking with you, is it? You just cannot find strike with it.
No, I can't describe why that is so.
Doesn't matter. I do find that fit. Sometimes it just doesn't click. So Mizuno Pro 223, again, 32 degrees, kind of right in that middle round. Shaft weight, kind of starting to dial in that weight feel now, aren't we?
Yep.
Probably going anything over 110 is probably a bit heavy.
Sure.
So that's C-taper light, 110 grams stiff. KBS, a little bit higher balance point. So let's see if that does the trick. Interesting. Good strike. Just that face. Sounded better.
Yeah, still a little low, I think.
Then yeah. Yeah. Initial reaction?
Don't mind it. I think in terms of this combination, it feels quite sort of head and heavy.
Okay, interesting.
I'm not sure whether that's a good thing or a bad thing yet, but
it's not looking great, is it?
Yeah.
It's definitely not clicking the same as, well, certainly the one standing out at the moment was the Apex Pro combo, wasn't it? Definitely. Yeah, it's not quite sort of clicking, is it? Just the strike's a bit more sporadic, not really getting the sort of carry that we want out of it, down to a 142 average carry, similar to the 770.
Yeah.
Just isn't quite clicking. So let's see if it's you or the club. Let's jump back into the Apex Pro. How does it feel going back into that from like a comfort perspective, like swinging it?
yeah, it's a nice balance as such. I don't think I'm particularly swinging great in this moment right now, but
Yeah.
it doesn't. It's not intimidating in any
But the
respect.
feel of it, the feel of like how it, the weight of it, the swing weight, kind of stiffness of shaft feels comfortable.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, it's nice. Lovely shot. That was a bit better, mate. Definitely delivering a little bit more loft than we were earlier, to be fair, which I don't hate. I don't hate. Definitely up the launch and spin a little bit more, which again, personally, I don't mind. I would always rather have a little bit more launch and a little bit more spin than too low launch and too low spin.
Yep.
Because that, like I said, that will come in 97 peak, 47.9 descent. It's going to come in land really soft. Something like that. As we go into longer irons, it's still going to retain that little bit more spin, give you a better ball flight, give you slightly more stopping power, and that's what we want.
Sure.
Yeah, it sounded good.
Yeah, the last two have been slight pulls, and therefore the delivered loft is back to 27.
Slightly lower, yeah. Again, the strike with that though. I mean, as soon as you kind of find your swing again, I feel like we went through a bit of a patch where you're struggling with your swing a smidge.
Yes, no, more than
You just kind of, the strike on that combo comes right back to being nice and central. Okay, like you said, that one was a bit of a pull, so the spin drops a tiny bit, but not too bad. I mean, when we hit that shot, we always did 4,000. So still over 5,000 is great. 162 carry. Last one, 160 carry. So again, a little bit of a pull, but still retaining decent launch and decent spin. So versus a good straight one, it's probably only jumping up sort of around 5 yards of carry.
Yes.
Which for a long left is, again, it's really good. Oh, sounded good. Well, it didn't quite fly.
What's that?
Didn't quite.
No, I don't think it was perfect.
Tiny bit toey. I think your swing speed just fluctuates a little bit. One minute you're at like 80, 81, and the next minute you're at 84, 85. So
Sure.
that's okay. It's nice, mate, that.
Yeah.
Really good shot, that. Yeah. Like that one. Again, nice. Really good shot.
Yeah.
Definitely like the shaft for you.
Yeah, no, it's really good.
Again, strike pattern becoming a little bit more central again with this, which is great. It's exactly where we want to be hitting it.
Yep.
Again, launch and spin, pretty decent, up a little bit. Don't mind at all. 100 peak, 48 descent. The last couple have been, the good ones now are sort of 95 to 100 feet, which is great. And that's sort of 47, 48 descent, which is really good. Yeah, nice. Get in the hole. Lovely. I mean, I really do think that you could play either. I think that if we were going to go down the route of possibly the Titleist, I probably would get you hitting some of the T200 as well.
Yeah.
And maybe look at that as a combo set.
Sure.
Going T200 and then long irons.
Yep.
But if we were going to decide to go down the Apex Pro route, I don't think you'd need to.
Sure.
Just because it's that whole hollow body construction throughout.
Yep.
Still think you're going to have a reasonable amount of forgiveness. It's not a really small head anyway. So if we were going to go on this route, just go Apex Pros throughout.
Yep.
Okay, certainly not bad, is it?
No.
Certainly not bad at all. Certainly play that 100%. 100%. Again, good numbers. So we had a little bit of a dodgy start with that. Couple of bad ones in there. But it's quite a good average, really. If we look at that as an average, mid 150s carry, the good ones are still kind of getting up to 160. 92 peak, 46.5 descent, 21 launch, 5,300 backspin, like as an average number throughout. Really good, really like it.
Yep.
Because it's still close between the T150 and the Apex Pro. So put you on a hole, 5-shot shootout of each, obviously keeping the shaft the same, still the Project X IO 6.0, like that shaft, standard length, 2 degrees upright. Yeah, 5 of each, head to head.
Okay.
See what happens. Sounded pretty good. A little short in all fairness.
Yeah, I don't know if I quite caught all of that.
Is it a little heavy?
Yeah.
Oh, Terry.
In fact,
Yeah,
yes.
I'm not convinced by that.
No.
The quad sometimes does this with certain heads, and that is one of them.
Right.
So I'm not convinced that that's completely accurate on the strike anyway. Ball data, always trust. But yeah, strike, don't know so much on that.
Sure.
Good launch and spin though, 20 and 56. A little bit of a push, but better.
That's not good.
Interesting. Definitely going to be interesting jumping to this Apex Pro in a minute. Sounded nice.
Yeah, it's just shut quite a lot.
Yeah, okay. There we go. It's a bit better.
Gonna miss.
Nice, okay. Probably not your best set, to be fair with those.
No, all toe.
And that's one thing that I would say in favour of the Apex Pro throughout this entire fitting, when we've hit it 3-4 times now. The directions just seem to be a bit better. So, have I spoken too soon? Yeah, instantly, like, was that a...
That wasn't particularly great.
Yeah, I was going to say, but still, 150 carry, like, on the line.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Yeah. Again, similar thing, a little bit skinny.
Very much, yeah.
Yeah. Again, from a results perspective, you just can't grumble. Yep, a little low. Flat delivery though, just super neutral. See what I mean about the heads?
Yeah.
Like for some reason with the Titleist, it was all over the shop, but with this, definitely trusting that club data more, and it's really good. Yeah, good shot, mate. Kick right. Beauty. I think we're only 3 shots in with the Apex, and I think we have got a pretty clear winner.
Agreed.
Sounded pretty good.
Just shot again.
Turned it a smidge, but again, I mean, it's not a bad miss, is it?
No.
Considering that pin's tucked right away on that left side. Not the nicest of flags. Pushed it a little bit, but... And then the strike still sounded quite good.
Yep, it's going to catch a piece.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. You can hit a couple more if you want, mate. But I think for me, consistently, I've edged it to that throughout the entire time.
Yep.
Very happy with the head, the kind of design of it, the loft of it, the numbers when we hit a good one, the dispersion of that has been by far the best.
Yep.
I think we could play them throughout the entire set, so consistency remains good, which I love. And I actually think it'd be a really good forward step away from the kind of big chunky 425s into a bit more of a player's iron, a little bit more loft, a little bit more spin, a little bit more control, a little bit more consistency. So yeah, help you move on with that game.
Super.
There we go, another fit in the bag. Really, really happy with the results for that one with Alex. First off, he didn't purchase the irons through us. He did decide to go and buy a second-hand set of old Apex 21s with the same shaft, and absolutely happy to support him doing that. We know the cost of new clubs is not always achievable for everyone, so we'll support that and help him wherever we can in making the right decision. And then down the line, if we need to tweak loft and lies for him to optimize the setup, more than happy to do so. But yeah, very happy with the fit in. As I said in the intro, better, more balanced all-round ball flight, a little bit more launch, a little bit more spin, a little bit more peak height, a little bit more stop and power and control coming into the greens. That bit more spin and stabilization on the ball flight is going to help reduce that miss, especially when you turn it over. The spin won't quite drop as low and it won't go as far left. Hopefully helping just keep those ball in play a little bit longer. So yeah, really good. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and I'll see you in the next one.